Good morning, welcome back. This is day 3 here in Las Vegas. We're getting ready to go on a tour of Hoover Dam, so I'm going to try to film what I can in there. Depends if they let me or not. But right now we're outside of Excalibur, and I'll show you guys what Excalibur looks like. So this is the back side. This is where the tour bus is supposed to be picking us up. So kind of giving you guys a little tour of, hopefully I can film a little bit while we're there. I don't know. Anyway, so hopefully I'll be able to make some videos when I'm there. I'll see you guys there. We're on our way to the Hoover Dam. I'm just gonna take some video of the outside of the strip. That one is New York, New York. There's a big wheel. You can drink as much as you can for the half an hour it takes to go around. That's pretty cool if you're a drinker. Been sitting here for 15 minutes, wait for someone to come through. Somebody special is coming through. Here comes cars. Was it all those cars gone by?
That's what we waited for.
Notice around the lake, kind of white colored bathtub mark that gives you an idea how low the level of Lake Mead is at present time. The Colorado River and Virgin River from Utah on your left side, they join together here at Lake Mead. Lake Mead is 117 miles long, more or less depending on how much water have. You have 575 short miles.
Drink plenty of water, baby. Is gonna get thirsty.
This is where we are at the moment. And we're going to take a little walk up these ramps here. The Hoover Dam.
So here's your plaque right here.
Somebody threw their garbage here. That's
The middle of the arch.
And that road that you see on both sides, that's where the bridge is supposed to be. But because they found some archaeological sites, they decided to move the bridge construction to this side. And you can see a different view of the arch supporting that bridge. The style of architecture that they use depends on whatever time you have left. We are going to stay for a total of 1 hour and 30 minutes. The second reason why they call 911 here is people getting dehydration, heat stroke. And that's why we offer water, because it's so dry here. So please have a bottle of water with you at all times. By the time you get spillway, the first time they used this one, it was right after the completion of the Hoover Dam, 1935. Then after that, between 1987 and 1988, for a few weeks, the level of Lake Mead went so high that they had to use those spillways for a few weeks. Also, in this area, they have 12 security bunkers with machinery, machine guns, protecting the dam in those days. Across the dam on your right hand, you can see 4 tall towers. Those are the watch-out towers. That's where they have a soldier with binoculars 24/7 looking for airplanes. Try to get closer to the dam. That never happened because, as you know, the tragic event that happened that ended up World War II. And now they leave that for tourist purposes. In front of us, in a few minutes, you will see, I will point to you, one of the 12 bunkers that they are left here. You will see a square rock, Flagstaff, Seligman, and Kidman. People traveling to the Las Vegas or Hoover Dam from the East Coast, the first sign that they saw, that was this one, the blue color Hoover Dam sign. And then they saw the back of the dam view. It was a movie with Salma Hayek, Matthew Perry, Fools Rush In, and they was filmed. That movie was filmed also over here at Hoover Dam. 2 in Nevada, 2 in Arizona, and in front of us on your right hand, on that wall of the canyon, you can see the entrance of the one of the diversion tunnels in Nevada. Also, they have the 4 intake towers that you can see in front of us on your right hand. They have 2 in Nevada, 2 in Arizona. The water goes inside those intake towers. They actually looks like rockets ready to go to space, but that's where water goes inside. Take the water directly into the pipelines and into the turbines, and that's how they generate power at Hoover Dam. Inside the generator room, you will see, and they will give you an important information about the room. It's really impressive when you go there. Make sure you take a good pictures of that area. Right now, at present time, there is 11 dams along the Colorado River Basin from Wyoming to Mexico. And Hoover Dam is no longer the biggest dam in the world. Do you have any idea where is the biggest dam in the world?
China.
China, that's correct. The Three Gorges Dam at the Yangtze River in mainland China. Before they built that dam, I have the opportunity to bring the Chinese officials and Chinese engineers, because they visit Hoover Dam. Actually, they visit many different dams all over the world, but they claim that the one that they liked the most was Hoover Dam. Even when they opened the Three Gorges Dam in China, they have an exhibit, and they will show the Hoover Dam being the first of the many impressive dams that they have, that we have all over the world right now. One side to the other about 100 times. Take about 1,000 pictures of the dam, and I'll let you know in a few minutes at what time we are going to meet to go back to Boulder City. That will be our next stop after Hoover Dam. Boulder City, Boulder Dam Hotel.
Walking down to our tour. It's the bridge we were on earlier.
You know, it's like, this is not what he wants to do. Side. They're 50 feet in diameter, about 3/4 of a mile long, and it took them almost 2 years to completely blast out all 4 tunnels. Once those were finished, they had to figure out how they were going to force the river into the tunnels, and they did that by building coffer dams. A coffer dam is a temporary earthen dam, and it creates a dry area where they can do construction. So they built bridges across the river, and every 15 to 30 seconds, a truck would drive across and dump all that debris from blasting out the tunnels into the river. And that's how they started to build up these 2 coffer dams. So one is built upstream, this one pushes the river into the tunnels. The other was built downstream, and this one keeps the river from flowing back into the construction site. So once those coffer dams were finished, they drained the site and they removed 135 feet of loose rock, silt, and debris to get down to the bedrock, which is the dam's foundation. And that took about 7 months. On June 6, 1933, they were ready to begin building the dam. They had buckets carrying 8 within 7 feet from the top of the dam. When this flood was occurring, water was going over the spillways for 63 days in a row. And that's about the equivalent of 2 Niagara Falls. So the water goes into the spillways, through the tunnels, around the dam, and then safely back into the river. All right, next stop is going to be the Nevada wing of the power plant. I'm going to go first. You guys are going to follow me back to the elevator, okay?
We got back in the elevator, went up 32 feet.
More than welcome to come on this side if you'd like. Again, we will be leaving right away. To the generators. There are 8 that you see here on the Nevada side. We have 9 more on the Arizona side for a total of 17 commercial generators. Each generator stands 70 feet tall, but you can only see the top 30 feet of them. Just one generator can produce up to 130 megawatts of electricity. That's enough to power about 65,000 homes. Look at the first generator, N1. Halfway down, you see a light shining on a 65-foot steel shaft. At the bottom of that shaft is the turbine. The water comes down through those penstock pipes, hits the turbine at 48 miles an hour, spinning the shaft, which is connected to the rotor housed inside the red drum. The rotor is made up of 40 electromagnets. Each magnet weighs 4 tons. Sitting around the rotor in the drum is the stator, and that's 5 miles of stationary copper coil. The rotor spins at 180 revolutions per minute. So as those magnets spin around the copper coil, that reaction is how they produce electricity here at Hoover Dam. If the lights on top of the generators are on, they are in operation. Next, if you look down at the power plant floor closer to us, you will see a small rust-colored Pelton water wheel enclosed within a fence. This was the first generator put into operation September 11th, 1936. This is very important because it's where we get all our in-house power here at the dam, such as for lights, elevators, and machinery. We do have one just like this on the Arizona side, and these smaller generators produce 2.4 megawatts of electricity. Now, if you look above the generators towards the ceiling, you will see two P&H bridge cranes going across the room. First one has our American flag hanging from it, and its sister is sitting just a little farther down the bay. These cranes are original, run on tracks, and can be moved the entire length of the power plant. It's what they use to install the generators, and they're used for maintenance. One crane can lift 300 tons. To put this into perspective, the Statue of Liberty in New York weighs 225 tons. One crane could pick her up, no problem. But sometimes that is not enough for what we need here at the dam. They must be used together to form a super crane, which can lift 600 tons. Because if they do need to lift a rotor out of a generator, they can weigh over 580 tons. And now, if you look down at the floor around your feet, you will be looking at the terrazzo model that was put in place in 1937 by the Martina family with visitors in mind. Southwest Native American designs into the project. The one I'm standing next to shows an electrical outlet which represents power, and the circular one behind the rest of you shows the movement of water flowing through the turbine. So we have power and water. And now, if you look to my right, you will be looking in the direction of Lake Mead. Between Lake Mead and us, right behind this wall, 6 feet high, 45 feet wide at its crest, and is 660 feet thick at its base. So to help you visualize this, if you look from this wall all the way back down the room, that is 650 feet long. So you still need to add 10 more feet to have the equivalent of the thickness at the very base of the dam. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude our tour, and I will lead us back to the elevator in just one moment.
So this is the generator tour for this one.
United States, the Colorado River was a provider and a destructive force. A dam was needed, but damming the Colorado was an expensive proposal. Too expensive for private development. In 1922, the 7 Colorado River Basin states formed a compact for the purpose of negotiating how the waters of the Colorado River should be shared. The states could not agree. The Secretary of Commerce, Federal Hoover, understood the problem and set up a solution. It suggested creating 2 basins in the land of the state.
Yep.
Joe, can you just confirm that elevation of the attractive tree that came through? That is clearly outlet? Yeah, I got this. Yep.
Stand by the
you're not afraid of heights. Here we go. Hang on tight.
This is the exhibit room. So this is the rock and gravel that they use for the concrete.
Strength test.
And this one here is the cylinder that they took, 3 feet. This is the test sample that they took, core.
But my husband can't find his way home with all the new houses. But no, I all of the libraries and stuff like maps and oh, the boys are back. I better finish making dinner. Good luck finding your home. You lost? It's dizzying with all the new houses. We just moved in. We love the running water and the roof over our heads. Getting our life back to normal. But my husband can't find his way home with all the new houses. But knowing I don't, we'll have a library and stuff like maps and oh, the boys are back. I better finish making dinner. Good luck finding your home.
Okay, so it's full now. This is the concrete garble bucket they used.
Hope you're not afraid of heights. An easy ride. Here we go. Hang on tight.
Don't worry, it's an easy ride.
Go play. You lost. The boys are out. Better just
We're done with our little tour. Now we're on our tour of ourselves. So that's the bridge we were on earlier. That's the Colorado River down there. And this is the dam. The building on the right is where we started the tour. And then the other side is Arizona. Well, that's going to end our tour of the Hoover Dam. Leave a comment. Let me know if you guys have ever been there or toured it. But go ahead and leave a comment, subscribe, and hit the likes button. And hopefully you guys like this video, and I'll be seeing you guys on the next one.